Hi, happy Tuesday, everyone. It's Meredith. I'm here with our message for the 22nd of March, 2022. As always, you know, we're tuning into what's on offer to us within the day. What is showing up in our sphere of influence? And I was taking a look at where the moon was this morning, and I thought, that's a nice addition to the reading. So right now the moon's in Scorpio. So I thought I'd ask the tarot, what is the Scorpio moon offering to us within the energy atmosphere? So I've shuffled up the deck. We're just going to pull three right off the top. And our first is, seriously, it's the Death card, Scorpio's card. Wow, more transformation for us. That's excellent. You know, we had the Death card yesterday, in the unseen. It was off the bottom of the deck. So here it is in the moon energy. So this is, you know, the moon can be extremely enlightening in unusual and transformational ways. You know, the moon brings a whole different hue to the spectrum of light in which we are able to see within. And to have the moon in Scorpio and then to pull the Death card right off the top, like, could you get more transformational? And it feels like this is a speedy energy. This is something that's got good momentum. So transformation with good momentum is on offer to us in the atmosphere today. So that's beautiful. And take a look at what is most relevant to you. What are you in transformation with? Is it something that has been on your mind a lot? Have you been thinking, overthinking, or even obsessing over an area of your life experience that could really use some grace, ease, and calm? And that's the transformation there. So take it where it is most relevant for you and bring real, or allow for a different perspective, a new way of looking or considering what could be within your vulture thoughts, or beyond that. I feel the energy of procrastination here. Procrastination for letting something go that you know requires freedom and liberation. Our next card. Yeah, Judgment. How perfect. Gosh, Death and Judgment. So we have an opportunity here. We get a do-over on the Judgment card. We are literally being called to pay attention to our transformation, to, you know, we have people that are rising from the dead. So coming up out of the Death card. How incredible is that? We have the opportunity to bring new life, breathe new life into any aspect or area of our life that really needs this kind of attention. I hear thrive. We want to thrive. We can't procrastinate with whatever it was we were hanging on to, that we were potentially stagnant with, or an energy that felt dead to us, had no life in it. We're bringing life to it. And this is great too, because we've just come into spring. So everything's popping, right? And then one more we have, nice, the Knight of Swords. You know I love this guy. He's so impetuous. And that's just it. With the energy of thriving, getting a do-over, there's a level of excitement and enthusiasm that we have. And it is embodied by the swiftness and the momentum of the Knight of Swords. So where we may have procrastinated, dragged our feet, didn't want to look at this, didn't want to look at that, didn't want to deal with whatever, now all of a sudden there's this great impetus. You know, we feel compelled to move, to take action. And as we take that first step forward in whatever do-over and reconsideration we are in, we're going to get swept up in it and move swiftly through it, or move swiftly with it. So, Scorpio moon. Leave some comments about that. What is suddenly speeding up for you? Okay, We'll set these to the side, make room for the rest of the reading. From Whispers of Love, how is our soulful presence whispering to us today? Our first card is Love Who You Are. Oh, what a nice message, of course. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving of all the wonderful things that life has to offer. That's beautiful. This has me considering yesterday's reading yet again, where we had the Empress and the Ace of Cups coming together. And I was feeling like this is a representation of giving birth, like her water has broken and new life is rushing in, which connects so nicely with this Scorpio moon message over here. So we're seeing the wonderful that we are. We're taking action in that kind of energy. And our soulful presence is whispering this kind of encouragement and positive reinforcement to our waking human consciousness. So getting to live, to act, to move, and be swept up in the momentum of what's on offer to us in the atmosphere is fantastic. So beautiful confirmation in that card. And from Shaman's Dream, is that it? Shaman's Dream? Oracle deck. What kind of magic is in the air today? And we have, beloved, radical acceptance. Ooh, nice. I love this. This brings me back over here to the Scorpio moon energy. And perhaps that's the new life of radical acceptance. There's no judgment, right? No judgment for us. We're not judging ourselves. We are radically accepting ourselves. All parts welcome here. Deserving of all the wonderful things that life has to offer. Radically accepting that with a resounding yes. Keeping yes in our field. Okay, let's move into the tarot cards. There are 3 in the first position. We have, an unstable 5. The gift of instability in the 5s is to ultimately bring stability to the foundation. And here we have a very somber character and on the card, and there seems to be, some grief, emotional pain, loss, and sorrow on this card for what has passed. Though you have the 2 cups remaining, and they are at the back of this person. They're not necessarily looking at those cups. And, in a traditional definition of the card, it's as if this person does not see that there are 2 full cups. Think 2 of cups. More love, bliss, joy, happiness shared, deepening, expanding bonds with, significant people in our lives, with our divine beloved, within our own selves, of course. Though I feel that the character on this card knows those 2 cups are there, and they are taking an appropriate moment of validation to honor what has come to pass. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the blissfully divine as well. So when we go through a transformation, like we're seeing here in the Scorpio moon energy cards, when we go through a transformation, as mentioned yesterday, sometimes it's messy. And, we were encouraged by the cards to get our hands dirty, get in there. And that's radical acceptance at work. And that's how all these good and wonderful things blossom in our world, because we're willing to actually take a look at some of the messier parts of life. And I have resisted welcoming the energy of the 5 of Cups. Personally, when I turn that over in a reading for my own self, I think, no, not this card. Though I've embraced it. I've actually had some radical acceptance with the 5 of Cups, because it is important for us to validate what is, what has been, and to reinforce for ourselves that the journey thus far has shaped us into who we are, which is pretty magnificent. So yes, it's unstable. Yes, it's messy. The wine is spilled, and perhaps we have moments of feeling regret that we don't live there. We validate that. We bring ourselves unconditional love and compassion, and we balance out, stabilize the energy. And then, we turn around, We pick up these 2 full cups and we're like, heck yeah, let's keep going into all the wonderful things. So I see the 5 of Cups as an encouraging card rather than a somber, grieving card. Okay, next, coming with, oh, how perfect. Exactly, this is exactly what I'm seeing here in the cards, you know, taking the moment of validation to honor our experiences, right? Then we pick up the 2 cups, we hop in the boat, and we move on to greener pastures. And that's just the message of the 6 of Swords, because you move from conditions that may not necessarily feel ideal into much more ideal conditions. And we're doing this constantly, and we are getting positive reinforcement for this through the cards consistently as we engage in these readings, as we consult their wisdom. We are offered this kind of positive reinforcement message. And oh my gosh, the 3rd one that comes in this set is the 4 of Wands. And look at this lineup, really. Look at the action, the literal action taking place in the cards. So we're pausing. We're pausing to reflect, to honor, to reminisce even, and to bring validation to the parts of the journey that were a little more painful. Then we picked up our cups, turned around, got in the boat, and moved on to much greener pastures. And what are those but the 4 of Wands, which is the happiest card in the minor arcana of tarot. It's the 1111 card. It's a portal card. So we sail right through a portal into some of our greatest happiness ever. Beautiful. All the good and wonderful things that life has to offer from the whispers of love. This is what our soul is, our soulful presence is whispering lovingly to us. And this is what gives us the encouragement to move through rather than linger on energies that don't serve us. We quite literally take the moment to honor them, and we keep going. Next, look at this. Divine and cosmic gift of great love and abundance and opportunity in the Ace of Pentacles, and right smack in the middle of the reading. Look how well it is supported. And look how we're moving through this Scorpio moon energy with great speed, swiftness, intention, and momentum. Wow. That's beautiful. And yet another portal here to step through, another gateway offered to us from the 4 of Wands and the Ace of Coins. We step right through these gateways and embrace what is being offered to us. And then we have the Lovers. Look at that. Divine union within self. Exactly. That's what the 5 of Cups has to offer. The instability of an uneven number, we'll say, for just a moment here. Being reflected upon. And then an even number, 2. Harmony, balance, divine inner masculine, divine inner feminine. Moving through our sphere of influence, our spiritual journey, life experience, life lessons, with an eye on the horizon for all good things, 4 of Wands. And then the universe joins us in this, because all aces are a divine and cosmic gift offered to us, literally a hand from the universe being offered to us, and another doorway to step through. And then here we are again with 2, the Lovers, divine inner feminine, divine inner masculine. So this is divine union within self, and that's what we have to offer in our broadcast through our sphere of influence. And that message comes to us on repeat over and over. And that's what creates all this beautiful, beloved energy in self, relationship, and connection. And that's what our soulful presence is whispering to us about on this card. We open ourselves up to the wonderful. We are the wonderful. We channel it. Oh, how beautiful. Let's take a look at what's on the bottom of the deck today for us. This is coming out of the unseen. Let's put the Scorpio moon energy a little bit more, oops, in focus. I can do this, bear with me. Okay. Now, What's in the unseen? How is the universe supporting us today? Oh my gosh, look at that. The Death card again. Twice in one reading. Talk about transformation. This to me feels like an as above, so below experience. We quite literally are channeling the transformation that we have manifested for, prayed for, intended for in our own heart space. And here it is. There's a purification energy here too. You know, that white rose is indicative of that on the flag. So we're upgrading, we're purifying our own energies. Next. Eight of Swords. Now, we had this card yesterday too at the beginning of the reading. And you see how the Death card is walking right into that card. Another thing we talk about with the Death card in a reading is how it sweeps the foundation. It will clear the foundation, clears the deck for us. And we're getting a hand up from the universe there, sweeping away with radical acceptance our Eight of Swords experiences that may have had us procrastinating or a little bit hung up for a while. And then we have, how perfect a card is that? Talk about total liberation. See how we're all bound up here on the Eight of Swords? We do set ourselves free through choosing transformation, getting a do-over, doing some reflection, some validation, and then we end up with the Nine of Coins. This is the self-made, independent, interdependent person. More than enough to spare and share. This is reciprocity. This is grace and ease. It's exactly what we're coming to, leading ourselves up to in all of these other cards. It's a fabulous place to be standing. Wow. All right, angel answers. What do the angels have to say to us today? It's a great time to ask a question of the deck and receive confirmation. We have improving health. Yes, I was mentioning thriving. You know, going through this experience and however it manifests for you improves your well-being, your energetic well-being. Next. Okay. I like this. An emphatic no. Yesterday we had the Nine of Wands, and what I had to say about that card was simply, the buck stops here. No more. We have cultivated so much joy and happiness in the Nine of Wands, being representative of the Ace of Wands to the power of 9 out of yesterday's reading. You get there by learning how to say no to the bullshit that shows up on the Eight of Swords. So it's putting an end to that. And not only putting an end to that by radical acceptance and choosing in a new and different way, we have the support of the Death card there assisting. So this is you really saying no means no when it comes to the Eight of Swords. Thank you. Thank you for the lesson. Thank you for the journey. Thanks for all the fish. There it is. Done. Okay, next. You're ready. Yeah, none of this would be unfolding if you didn't ask for it, if you didn't have what it takes to jump into the momentum offered by the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords. You're ready for this. You're ready to embody the Nine of Coins. And then falling out of the deck. Reconsider. There's confirmation of the Judgment card we saw in the Scorpio Moon energy cards. Reconsider. That's something we're also seeing there on the Five of Cups. There's a pause so that we can reflect and reconsider and make the choices that bring us all of this wonderful from the Whispers of Love deck. All right. What do we have next? Last. Angels and ancestors. Final thought on the reading contemplation for the day. Perhaps we have protection guardian. Drop your shields. Yeah. Takes great courage to be vulnerable. But that's what it looks like right there. fiery, charged up heart, right? Being your own divine beloved and offering that to the world at large. So drop your shield and let that kind of light shine. I feel like we need one more. And we have High Priest. Intend and create. Yeah. That's allowing. Dropping our shields, being courageously vulnerable, allowing ourselves in a free and liberated way as we live stream our souls here to this earthly reality. We can drop our shields and let our intentions flow through us and become a part of our foundation. What a great final word on the reading. Thanks for being here, everyone. So appreciate your presence, your likes, your shares, your comments, all of it. Have a beautiful Tuesday. Peace, love, joy, happiness. Namaste.